Ancient Athenaeum presents The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. A deep investigative study. The Great Gatsby is not a novel about wealth. It is a novel about longing, about the terrible persistence of desire in a world that mistakes money for meaning. Published in 1925, at the height of the American Jazz Age, F. Scott Fitzgerald's most famous work has come to stand as the defining literary artifact of modern American ambition. Yet its power does not lie in glamour or excess. It lies in aftermath. This is a story told after everything has already gone wrong. From its opening lines, The Great Gatsby positions itself as a recollection shaped by disillusionment. Nick Carraway, the narrator, speaks from a point beyond the events he describes, armed with experience, chastened by what he has seen. His voice is both intimate and detached, a participant who never fully belongs. Nick comes east from the Midwest, seeking opportunity in New York's booming financial world. He rents a small house in West Egg, Long Island, surrounded by ostentatious mansions and newly made fortunes. Across the bay lies East Egg, home to inherited wealth, old money, and unexamined entitlement. This geographic division becomes the novel's central symbolic axis. West Egg strives. East Egg assumes. Nick stands between them. At the center of West Egg is J. Gatsby, a man known almost entirely through rumor. Gatsby throws extravagant parties attended by hundreds of strangers. Music spills into the night, champagne flows, names blur. Yet Gatsby himself remains oddly absent, hovering at the margins of his own spectacle. Fitzgerald constructs Gatsby not as a character immediately, but as a myth. Guests invent stories, that he is a German spy, that he has killed a man, that he is related to royalty. The truth is both simpler and sadder. Gatsby is a man who has built himself around a single desire. That desire is Daisy Buchanan. Daisy lives across the bay in East Egg with her husband, Tom Buchanan, arrogant, physically imposing, casually cruel. Tom represents inherited power without conscience. He moves through the world certain of his superiority, untroubled by consequence. Daisy, by contrast, is luminous and hollow. Her voice, famously full of money, is not merely seductive, it is emblematic. Daisy is less a person than a promise, a symbol of ease, beauty, and social legitimacy. Fitzgerald does not present her as malicious, but as profoundly irresponsible. She drifts through life, insulated from the damage she causes. Nick is Daisy's cousin, and through him, Gatsby arranges a reunion. The scene is painfully restrained. Gatsby, the architect of enormous illusion, is undone by intimacy. His carefully constructed persona falters. He is awkward, fragile, exposed. This moment reveals the novel's central irony. Gatsby's power exists only at a distance. Up close, the dream collapses under its own weight. Through Gatsby's history, Fitzgerald lays bare the mechanics of reinvention. Born James Gatz to poor farmers in North Dakota, Gatsby rejects his origins entirely. He becomes someone else through will, performance, and crime. His wealth comes from bootlegging and illicit deals, facilitated by the shadowy Meyer Wolfsheim. The American dream, Fitzgerald suggests, is no longer powered by labor or ingenuity, but by spectacle and corruption. Yet Gatsby's dream is not money itself. Money is a means. What he wants is to repeat the past. This is the novel's most famous and most tragic illusion. Gatsby believes that time can be reversed if desire is strong enough. He believes Daisy can be reclaimed exactly as she was, untouched by marriage, compromise, or reality. When Nick warns him, "You can't repeat the past," Gatsby replies, "Why, of course you can." This line is not arrogance, it is faith. Fitzgerald structures the novel around the slow dismantling of this belief. Gatsby's dream demands absolute control over memory, over people, over circumstance. The world refuses. The tension culminates in a confrontation at the Plaza Hotel during a suffocating summer heatwave. Truth surfaces. Tom exposes Gatsby's criminal background. Daisy falters. The illusion breaks. In that moment, Gatsby loses not because he lacks devotion, but because his devotion requires others to be more than they are. Daisy retreats. Tom reasserts control. The social order reclaims itself. The tragedy accelerates. Driving Gatsby's car, Daisy strikes and kills Myrtle Wilson, Tom's mistress, on a dark road in the Valley of Ashes. Gatsby takes the blame without hesitation. His loyalty is total. The Valley of Ashes, presided over by the faded eyes of Dr. T.J. Eckelberg, is Fitzgerald's bleak moral landscape, a wasteland produced by wealth's indifference. It is where the consequences of privilege accumulate, unseen and unacknowledged. George Wilson, Myrtle's husband, is driven to despair. Manipulated by Tom, he believes Gatsby responsible for both the affair and the death. He goes to Gatsby's mansion and kills him before taking his own life. Gatsby dies alone in his pool, the party lights extinguished, the dream unrealized. In the aftermath, Nick discovers the final cruelty of Gatsby's world. No one comes to the funeral. Not the partygoers, not Daisy, not Tom. The spectacle dissolves, revealing emptiness beneath. Only Nick remains. This ending is essential. Gatsby is not destroyed by society's hostility, but by its indifference. The same world that fed his dream abandons him without pause. Stylistically, The Great Gatsby is a marvel of compression and control. Fitzgerald's prose is lyrical but disciplined, rich with metaphor yet tightly structured. Every image carries symbolic weight. The green light across the bay, the eyes on the billboard, the parties, the cars, the water separating past from present. The green light, perhaps the novel's most famous symbol, represents aspiration itself, forever visible, forever unreachable. It is not Daisy alone, but the belief that fulfillment lies just beyond the next effort. In the novel's final passage, Nick reflects on America itself, on the continent as it appeared to the first settlers, fresh green breast of the New World. The dream that animated Gatsby once animated a nation. But Fitzgerald ends not with hope, but with repetition. We beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. This is not resignation, it is recognition. The Great Gatsby endures because it captures a permanent tension in American life. The promise of reinvention versus the reality of limitation. It asks whether desire is a virtue or a trap, whether belief can sustain meaning in a world governed by power and privilege. Gatsby is both heroic and foolish. His dream is beautiful and destructive. Fitzgerald does not resolve this contradiction, he preserves it. That is why the novel remains central to American education. It is not a moral instruction manual, it is a mirror, held at an angle that reveals both aspiration and cost. In the end, Gatsby is not great because he succeeds. He is great because he believes. And Fitzgerald, with unsparing clarity, shows us both the nobility of that belief and why it cannot survive the world it longs to conquer.